Now it's the Boise State alum, Jay Ajayi. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Well, you don't usually get a sack from a nose tackle spot, but we got one there.
No, we don't. And a lot of the times in passing situations, they end up off the field anyway. So how happy was he to work his way back to the quarterback and put him on the ground? He's going to end up with a nickname after something like that, some Big Jelly or something like that.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. He can run for it, and he will. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down. And the kick by Elliott is good. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's got a man. It's Corey Coleman. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. And you know what else you're looking for? Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Whenever we meet with coaches and they always talk about wanting to establish running the football, it's oftentimes with a good tight end who can control the line of scrimmage and the point of attack, and they're becoming harder to find because the colleges are giving us a whole lot of receiving tight ends, former wide receivers who can run, not necessarily block very well. In this case, though, we saw 2 tight ends on the field, both of them with the ability to block, and he ran the ball successfully behind that power set.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play, 2nd and 3. Carry for their fullback. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He finds his target. It's Crowder. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. It's the first time that they've looked his way tonight, and he comes up with a first down on the play. They'll toss it to Breida. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. 2 carries for him now on the opening drive, both for good yardage. And based on film study, they thought that there was a chance to spring him more than once for some pretty good yardage in this game. Right back to him on first down. And he'll get about 4 as he's brought down at the 24. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Looking to throw. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. He's really putting together a spectacular season. That interception, number 11 now on the year.
And I know we're all taught that 7 is a lucky number. I'd say 11 is for him, huh? No doubt about it.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. He's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football, and the plays he's making, he's throwing them in the offensive backfield.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. From the gun on third down, Wentz. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Preston Smith in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Well, they may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And unable to get downhill there, so he'll take this up to about the 37. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. Nigel Bradham brings him down.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Out to the left here to Reed. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46. This is Breida, and he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers putting their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
A gain of 39 that time. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Back live, Charles Davis to my right. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Redskin football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Bo Scarborough. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
Here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. It'll be a 3-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a third down. They'll set up a throw. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Derek Barnett coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. And his kick is good. Didn't hit it all that well, but he got enough on it to put it through. And that will tie us at 3-3. It looked a little bit off. You expect more leg out of him, but he did get it to go.
Well, you and I both know sometimes depending on the angle, they may take a little bit off of the kick in order to make sure that they line it up properly and bring it home through the posts.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Great 15. Great 15.
Now a play fake. Wentz. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
They run with Ajayi. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Let's go. Great.
Shotgun now for Wentz. He may try and run for this. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. It's brought in by Jeffrey. He'll be stopped shy of the 45 despite a great move. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. From the gun, it's Wentz. Going for the deep ball. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had the fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. To throw is Wentz. He's going to air one out. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they had a long drive last time, but they had to settle for a field goal, and I'm sure that's how it felt to them, settling. They probably should have gotten in the end zone.
Yeah, not all about joy, right? Because that's what you get when you put the ball in the end zone. But there are benefits to that type of a long drive. Your defense gets a chance to take a break, adjust a little bit, maybe get themselves ready to get back out on the field and play a little bit better. So they'll take the benefit even though they wanted the 6 points.
And maybe wore down the other defense. We'll see.
Detroit!
They'll look to throw here. Over the middle, the catch by Coleman. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Here's Breida, and an alley to run. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with a bandit.
They run with Breida, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down. They're going to look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. Shet, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. And remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. So out now come the Redskins.
Gone! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
After the pick-6, they go right back to the air. The throw to the left side, caught by Coleman. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. This quarterback now 9 of 11 passing in this first half. He's got his guys at 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And this one complete to Reed. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere, in the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back to FedEx Field following this short break. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Coleman. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving. They'll look to throw now on first down. Throw left side is complete to Reed. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this one down inside the 5 to the 3. That gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Back to throw here. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Jordan Reed, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Redskins are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Hopkins with the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And out and out come the Eagles. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense, as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Working from the gun, Wentz. They dump off underneath to Ajayi. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 7, and it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he connects with Ertz. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun, down to the 25. The tackle made there by Dayon Buchanan. Now Wentz signaling frantically, let's get to the line. Play action. Now Wentz under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. So we've reached halftime here on the Thanksgiving. We now proceed to the start of the 2nd half. And ready to get the party started for the 2nd half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And they will not get a chance to return this one, as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards.
Gun!
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away, because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
Hurry up, here we go. Boom, line it.
Now back to throw. Steps away to his left. And now he'll let this one go deep, back over the middle. And a shot taken on 3rd down, unsuccessful. 4th down now.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly 3rd and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the first down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And the Eagles will have great starting field position here as they take over. They go play action here on 1st down. Ertz has it left side. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
82, 82.
Throwing on first is Wentz. That is caught at the 7. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
Run.
Here's Wentz to throw. Drops it off to Ajayi. Down at the 2. Broke through the first contact, but ultimately stopped short of the goal line. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. On 2nd and goal, Ajayi, the lone man in the backfield. Now Wentz again. And that is caught. It's Aguilar for the Eagle touchdown. Nelson Aguilar, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Eagles have moved out in front. Elliott now to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
They'll start on the ground with Breida. And he is going to lose yardage here. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, you had to punt on your first drive, and on the first play of the second drive, you end up going backwards. I would dare say they need something good to happen right here, right now.
Back to throw. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. So that is 2 pick-6s he's thrown in this football game. Now, you take those away, Charles, it's a completely different situation.
It totally is, but guess what? They have to deal with what they have now, okay? So they can't just mentally go, well, if we hadn't thrown those pick-6s, we'd be okay. Here's where you are. Here's where you're going to battle. But guess what? They're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they gave up the pick-6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in.
And now look at him go. The 20, 10, touchdown, Washington. A big play there with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Redskins are able to make this a close game again. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
This one taken from the 7. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Eagles offense back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. This is Ajayi. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Stop shy of the 45. Showed off a nice little move on the play, though. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now Wentz. Jeffrey reels it in over the middle. An Eagle first down. Wentz hooking up with Jeffrey.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Flush to his right. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. So the youngster able to use the legs to pick up the first.
And one of my pet peeves when they see this guy play, when Carson Wentz takes off running the football, I always hear people go, oh, he's sneaky athletic. No, he's athletic. Watch him do it. It's an integral part of the quarterback run game, and he gets it done very, very well.
Yeah, you don't like sneaky athletic, do you? That's just
no.
kind of a jab in the looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
Man, we see a lot of quarterbacks try and do this. They get out of the pocket, they get in trouble, and they try and force the ball into their star receiver to make a play, sometimes whether he's open or not. And I think this time, it was definitely an or not.
A handoff to Breida to begin the drive. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
But that certainly felt like an example of the defense just saying, okay, we've had enough. We've gotten mashed all night long. About time we got a good play in. But flip it over to the offensive side. They've got to be really upset.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
But someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles.
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it's against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. And he finds a man on a crossing route. A good pickup there at 22.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Wentz now to throw. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. Wentz to throw on 2nd down. Completes it to Ajayi. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Wentz now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Again, it's Wentz. This is caught, and he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
They'll try to run with a J. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. To say they've kept him under wraps running the football, that's an understatement. He's been completely neutralized.
Yeah, they've essentially taken him out of the game, haven't they? And you know all the teams say, we're not going to let him beat us. Well, that's exactly what's happened here. They've lived up to that.
On second down, here's Wentz. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. This defense figured out something in the locker room. That's 2 third-quarter picks now.
And you just wonder, did he get too comfortable in the locker room himself? His team has the lead. Take care of the football. He's putting them in jeopardy right now.
Watch it now, Barney. Barney. Gun, gun. Gun, gun.
Try to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage.
He's had a big game tonight, and while no one's going to be overly concerned about that last play, you also know that the offense coordinator does not want to see that happen again. They want to get back to doing what they've been doing all game long.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off around the 27, and his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
Back now at FedEx Field. It's the Eagles in possession of the football and leading this one as we get ready to start the final quarter. Now Wentz throwing on second down. He finds Ajayi, and he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Now it's Ajayi, and he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've got an answer for it.
No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. The Eagles on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Here's Ajayi. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
And Elliott puts this one through. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So his 2nd field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the 4th quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
This will be fielded at the 6. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Redskins offense now, they head back onto the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together. and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Fletcher Cox there for the tackle.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
They'll look to throw here. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. And that one will pretty much erase any hopes of a fourth quarter comeback.
With emphasis, interception, return for touchdown. Door closed, locked, reinforced.
Elliott good on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Back to throw now on first down. Throw left side complete. It's Grant. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll make this a second down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. He'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 33-yard line.
Now let's go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. The attempt on the dive, and he has it. What a catch. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it.
Gun! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gun!
They'll look to throw. Brought in over the middle by Graham. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's second down.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completion.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
The offense on third down tonight, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. They're looking at third in the nose of the football.
Gun!
They'll set up to throw. And he's got it. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. In for the score. And the Redskins are able to cut into that deficit. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting runs, so much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had to feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that. Super toe.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. And he powers his way up past the 30. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a first.
Hang in there now.
On play action, Wentz. And he connects with Ertz. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. An Eagle first down, Wentz to Ertz.
Really? Really? Did we just see that? That's a big catch. One-handed, I might add, to pick up a first down.
I was going to say on 3rd down for the defense, it's one thing to give up a reception. You just kind of shake your head on a one-handed catch to pick up the first. Now a handoff looking right. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. They run again with Ajayi. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The Eagles on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. Shotgun now for Wentz. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Right, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
He'll look to throw. It's complete to Grant. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Time for a break. We'll come back to wrap this one up after this.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Looking to throw. And he fires one incomplete. Jordan Reed was the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. It's Desmond Trufant, and he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. So 2nd and 9, and you'd have to figure just about all 11 probably crashing the line here.
Lefty, lefty. Great.
Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. Eluding the pressure right. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. And now it's 3rd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
It's brought in by Jeffrey. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. The Redskins looking for another timeout, and they get it, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. So with that miss, Charles, you have to figure their fate. It might be sealed.
Yeah, you needed 2 scores. So you take the field goal first and then worry about getting the ball back. But that may not matter now.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He's going to let it fly. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. They're going to look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. And they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. And that one drops incomplete as he got popped as he was throwing it.
And I think we'll probably see him go for it here on 4th down. No reason not to. Down a couple of scores, they have to try and make something good happen.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out.
Watch him now, Barney.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. And they'll run it here. And they'll get him down right around the 16. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
They know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he lifts up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it's going to make it 3rd down at 6. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Eagles, they get win number 10 on the year as they move to 10-1. And now they'll get the weekend off as they get a little extra time to prepare to face the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for Washington, we'll see how this affects their playoff standing as they fall to 7-4 now on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves next week at home against the Chicago Bears. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports. You